Hi everyone, we are Virgil and Killian, your favorite YouTubers, and today's video will talk about the widespread but little known subject of the Doppler effect. If I told you now, what is the Doppler effect, would you know how to answer me? For the smartest of you who know how to answer, stay anyway, you will learn a lot. To begin with, how can we talk about the Doppler effect without talking about sound? What is sound? Sound is a mechanical wave, in other terms, a disturbance, horns, vocal cords vibration, and other example. Will move molecules, most often air molecules, at a certain frequency that reach our ears.
This has the effect of moving the layer of skin located at the level of our eardrum, which vibrates the ossicle inside our hair and by a physical mechanism that we will explain in a future video, send information to the brain. This is what allows us to hear the soft voice of children crying at night and the noise of birds in the morning. This is the appearance of the man who made it possible for us to create this video today. Christian Doppler was born in Salzburg in Austria in 1803. As he had a keen interest in science, he studied everything related to physics, astronomy, electricity, optics, and many other subjects, including waves.
You're right, Killian, and in 1842, Doppler discovered a very large wave phenomenon that will hold his name, the Doppler effect. Unfortunately, Christian Doppler died tragically in 1853 of tuberculosis, but left the world rich with his discoveries. Let's take a look at the famous Doppler effect. It is a rather simple physical phenomenon that helps to explain many things in our daily lives. The Doppler effect is a difference in frequency in the same wave train, which can be compared to a displacement of source, or to a medium through which the source passes. This makes it possible to calculate the speed or position of an object. I let Killian explain the rest.
Thanks, mate. We know what are you thinking. I don't understand. But let's explain this somewhat abstract phenomenon with more concrete examples that will allow you to get out thick fog. Let's take a simple walk in town. As you walk along, you may come across an ambulance or a police car. You will hear it coming thanks to its sirens. But have you ever noticed that the sound of the sirens approaching is higher than the sound of the sirens moving away? And yet you can see that the siren always emits at the same frequency, in other words, at the same tone. You will tell me that this is magic. To which I could reply, no, it's just science.
Let's take a look at the picture. We take, for example, a stationary sound source which emits at a frequency of 440. No matter where we place the microphone around the source, it will always receive a frequency of 414 Hz. Only the amplitude of the signal may decrease during propagation. Let's then take the same source, but which is now animated by an uniform rectilinear movement with a speed lower than the sound, which is 340 meters per second we record. When the source approaches the microphone, the frequency measured by the latter is higher than the frequency of the source. Sound perceived more acute.
On the contrary, when it moves away, the frequency measured is lower than the source frequency. Deeper sound. This is called the Doppler effect and occurs when a sound source is in motion relative to a fixed receiver. All of that can be resumed with mathematical formula and earlier. We had explained what the Doppler effect is for the sound, but the phenomenon exists too for light. A little bit different, but with the same principle. However, where can we find the Doppler effect? The Doppler effect can be found everywhere. And you don't think so? We have seen a natural aspect where the Doppler effect appears, for example, for siren. But it's important to know that man has now how to use the Doppler effect to drastically improve certain aspects of our daily life. For example, it is used for the radar on the road, where there is a mechanism to calculate the time between two sound waves, which allows to measure the speed of the car. I let you finish, Virgil.
Thanks, Killian. It's also used in Doppler ultrasound, which uses the principle of delay on trains of waves emitted in order to recover images of the infant. A last aspect that did not revolutionize the world, but that we are very happy to have today, are the automatic opening doors of supermarkets, for example, which use the Doppler effect to locate newcomers around its sensors. Well, I think we have made you work your brain enough for today. Thank you for following us during this video, and as every week, remember, we learn every day with Kiki and Vivi.